Sister Wives' Kody and Robyn arrested after allegedly embezzling property belonging to Janelle and Meri. A court has now ordered Robyn Brown to serve prison time for ignoring legal orders. While Kody has chosen to follow the court's ruling, Robyn stood in the way. Christine Brown has since advised Janelle and Meri against offering any forgiveness. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Reality Recap News Update. I hope you are safe by the grace of God. Don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell for notification. Now, onto the news. Sister Wives' Kody Brown attacked Suki with a verbal slap in the face, leaving the fans shocked and calling her to storm out. For over 3 decades, Kody has remained at the center of family drama. Recently, tensions flared between him and his ex-wives, Meri and Janelle, over a property they had originally purchased together. The strife began in 2018 when Kody and Meri, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn together bought 14 acres of real estate in Arizona, the Coyote Pass. It was a dream to create one large combined family compound, but once Kody broke up with Meri, Janelle, and Christine, the tensions increased. Christine later sold her portion to Kody for merely $10. At first, Kody split the property in an uneven manner, giving himself and Robyn the larger share and Janelle and Meri tiny pieces. Not surprisingly, Meri and Janelle complained, requesting a more balanced division and even threatening to sue. As a result, Kody finally acquiesced in 2025 to an equal division among all 4: himself, Robyn, Meri, and Janelle. Later in the same year, Kody sold Coyote Pass for $1.5 million. He divided the profits between Robyn, Meri, and Janelle, according to their shares. One user on Reddit noted that this was the 3rd time within 3 months Kody and Robyn had been spotted at the Las Vegas Sphere. Although there's nothing wrong with going out on the town, folks raised an eyebrow thinking about how Kody could afford to play games when he had previously asserted he didn't have the money and couldn't pay child support on his daughter with Christine. Fans also pointed out Robyn's love of expensive hobbies, such as American Girl doll collecting. Moreover, both of them have been seen sporting high-end fashion accessories, including a David Yurman necklace and Tory Burch flip-flop sandals. In 2024, the couple made headlines again when they listed their former house for sale, a home that they had purchased for $890,000 in August 2019. They finally sold it in November 2024 for $1.775 million, leaving with a huge profit that they invested to buy a new dream house. At the same time, viewers are appalled at how Kody Brown treated Sukanya Krishnan on TLC's Season 19 Tell-All. For years, Kody promoted the slogan that love should be multiplied. Now Suki would like to know, what happened? But rather than being responsible, Kody passes the buck, directing his anger at her. In a single moment of camera time, Suki seems visibly near tears. These episodes aired following the tragic death of Garrison Brown. During that time, Kody claimed the family needed to put aside their differences. But once the tell-all rolled around, it was clear that resolution was short-lived. Kody's anger spiraled, and he began targeting Suki's line of questioning. At some point, he even cut her off during the middle of an interview. Prior to that, his rage levels were evident as they escalated. Fans could not believe Suki stayed seated when Kody spat rude and sometimes profane remarks. He referred to being slapped by how individuals treat him and Robyn for remaining together, and he griped about having to constantly defend their relationship. Kody's tone and word choice, and also his delivery, had fans calling for him to have his mouth washed with soap. At one point, he stated that he was walking around shooting double birds at individuals, basically describing himself as flipping people off left and right. As the tell-all went on, his actions only got worse, and Sister Wives fans were left confused as to why Suki just didn't walk off set. The 18-year-old father of 18 behaved in a manner that most described as disrespectful and inappropriate. But Suki, despite increasing anger, kept pushing with her questions. The Sister Wives tell-all episode was filmed much later than the scenes from Garrison's funeral, but it was still clear that even with time passing, Kody hadn't emotionally moved forward. In the preview, Kody didn't say much. Rather, his volume did the talking as he shouted responses to Suki's questions. Finally, he snapped and informed her, "I'm shutting you down," a moment that fans interpreted as evidence he'd finally exhausted his vile zingers to launch in her direction. Audiences concur the tell-all segments have the potential to be great TV. That is, if you have the stomach to watch Kody Brown's antics. Otherwise, you will find yourself grabbing the remote just to shut him up. Meanwhile, Meri Brown has opened up about her feelings toward being compared to Robyn. In an exclusive Sister Wives preview for the upcoming one-on-one special, Meri clarified that she has no desire to be like Robyn Brown. Reacting to Kody's statement that he wanted each of his wives to experience the same love he has for Robyn, Meri pushed back. She said, "We're all supposed to be Robyn. Sorry, I'm Meri. I'm not becoming Robyn. That's not right for him to even suggest." Meri's remarks, aired during the May 25th Sister Wives special, were made after host Sukanya. Krishnan pointed out Kody's assertion about bringing every wife to a platform of divine love he feels with Robyn. The 53-year-old Meri did not budge, stating, "I'm going to be my own individual person. I don't want to be her." She also thought about her 2022 breakup with Kody, implying their marriage didn't work due to the fact that Kody never completely accepted her. She said he hadn't completely taken her in for over a decade. Janelle Brown also disputed Kody's account, labeling his remarks as revisionist history. She had contended that once Robyn became a member of the family, Kody did not even attempt to forge more intimate relationships with the rest of his wives. "Would have been nice if he communicated that back then," Janelle had expressed. "He never talked about that with me." Now Kody does not appear interested in going back to plural marriage. After his 2022 split with Christine, he acknowledged in an April installment of Sister Wives that he wishes he had never done it. Talking with Robyn, he admitted, "It's hard not to be bitter about the fact that I bought into it. In the end, I felt awful." He continued, "I don't want to pursue another woman. Not the headaches, the questions, the wondering about trust." In a moment of unusual candor, Kody Brown at long last shed the layers, and fans saw something they hadn't seen in years. Viewers, long accustomed to watching him become defensive and cold, holding on to only Robyn, his final surviving wife, were taken aback. On a recent episode of Sister Wives, Kody appeared for his children in a manner many had wished to see. With Robyn nowhere in sight, he had a raw, honest moment with his children, particularly one that opened up the pain he'd been carrying. The exchange left questions. Was it the heartbreaking loss of his son that transformed him? Or has Robyn's presence been holding back his emotional maturity all along? While discussing a Valentine's Day update, Kody remembered an 8-hour drive he took to visit his daughter Aspyn in Utah. Their encounter was tense, but sincere. Aspyn went so far as to ask her bluntly, "Why don't you like me?" Rather than his standard defensiveness, Kody accepted her pain, took responsibility for his absence, and said he loved her. No justification, plain honesty. The visit, which incorporated time with other adult children, was remarkably serene, and it occurred without Robyn, his most controlling and outspoken wife, affecting it. What really surprised fans further was Robyn's reaction to Kody's breakthrough. Instead of being on his side and trying to reach out, she allegedly portrayed the moment as confrontational, even though she wasn't even there. Fans weren't surprised. Several have noted how Robyn often manipulates the situation, portraying Kody's other kids as unfaithful or hard to deal with whenever they try to convey their hurt. Robyn's latest behavior has only deepened speculation that, rather than being a supportive force, her presence might be driving a wedge in the family. This isn't new. In previous seasons, Robyn's influence often appeared controlling. From enforcing strict COVID rules that kept Kody away from his kids to demanding unwavering loyalty, she gradually became viewed as a divisive figure at the heart of the family's breakdown. Now, fans are wondering if her impact has been quietly destructive for years. Garrison's tragic passing cast a heavy cloud over this season and may be the catalyst behind Kody's recent shift in attitude. The loss seems to have forced him into deep self-reflection, something fans rarely saw from him before. While a single visit can't undo years of emotional neglect, it offered a rare and much-needed glimpse of vulnerability from the father of 18. Whether or not this signals long-term change remains to be seen, but one thing is undeniable. Kody Brown, without Robyn's constant presence and influence, is finally showing potential for personal growth and for a plural family long torn apart by silence and tension. Even a brief moment of honesty is a big deal. Sister Wives fans are starting to believe that Kody and Robyn Brown have officially become outsiders. Red flags have been building for a while, and now they're impossible to ignore. Once married to 4 women, Meri, Janelle, and Christine, in the early 1990s, and later Robyn in 2010, Kody seemed to favor his newest wife from the start. Though Meri was his only legal spouse, she agreed to divorce Kody so he could legally marry Robyn and adopt her children. But as time went on, Kody's strong emotional bond with Robyn, combined with his favoritism and his polarizing handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, led the original 3 wives to leave: Christine in 2021, followed by Janelle in 2022, and Meri in 2023. Kody and Robyn remained in the Coyote Pass home until late 2024, a property the Browns purchased back in 2018 for $820,000. They eventually sold it for $1.5 million in April 2025. The land had long been a source of tension, especially as Meri and Janelle felt excluded and unfairly treated regarding ownership. Now more than ever, it's evident to many viewers that Kody and Robyn are on the outside looking in. Their recent behavior only drives the point home. Season 19 of Sister Wives makes it especially clear. Kody has emotionally distanced himself from most of his family. He spends nearly all his time with Robyn and their 5 children and makes little visible effort to reconnect with his other kids or former wives. Kody often claims to be the one who's been wronged, yet lashes out at his ex-wives with sarcasm and bitterness. He rarely accepts responsibility for the pain he's caused and constantly tries to justify his attachment to Robyn, something many fans now see as a serious warning sign. Over time, Kody has cast himself as the villain of his own story, and his actions have driven a wedge between him and his original family. His refusal to acknowledge the harm he's caused has made it harder for others to want to be around him. A devastating blow came in March 2024 when Kody and Janelle's son, Garrison Brown, tragically died by suicide. At the time, Kody and Garrison were estranged. Garrison had previously spoken openly about his anger and disappointment in his father. After his passing, Garrison was cremated, and both parents agreed to have his ashes laid to rest in Wyoming, next to his grandmother. Kody, Robyn, and 4 of their 5 children made the trip to Wyoming with the ashes and spent some time sightseeing in Cody, Wyoming, before the burial. However, The way Kody and Robyn behaved during that trip left many fans uneasy. While they toured the area, Garrison's ashes were reportedly not with them, raising concerns that they may have left them in the car or unattended altogether. A Reddit thread started by user Slow Products 7860 captured the collective frustration of viewers who discussed how uncomfortable and unsettling the couple's actions felt. To many fans, Kody didn't handle the memory or remains of his son with the care and respect they expected. Instead, it seemed he centered the trip on his own grief, making the moment more about how he was affected. His actions further isolated him and Robyn from the rest of the family, who, in contrast, appeared to come together in shared mourning. That trip, and how they navigated it, only confirmed what many had already suspected. Kody and Robyn are no longer part of the broader family unit. They've set themselves apart, emotionally and socially, from the others. The original three sister wives, Meri, Janelle, and Christine, appear to be eager to wash their hands of Kody and Robyn for good. Now that the Coyote Pass property has finally sold, that dream is closer to reality. Both Janelle and Meri each got a share of the profit, so they no longer have any financial stakes in Kody. The only thing that continues to tie them together is their shared children. And on that even, Kody is still far away and detached. He's obviously still resentful of being left behind by his first three wives, but for all his complaints, Kody has always wanted the spotlight. Without the plural marriage dynamic, he's merely a monogamist, a position that diminishes his relevance to the core premise of Sister Wives. Consequently, the audience is turning their attention to the more autonomous and dynamic existence of Meri, Janelle, and Christine. Kody brought about this circumstance through his pervasive favoritism, his mishandling of Garrison's death, and his treatment in general of his wives. Now he is the outsider, an act that feels deserved. Kody prefers to show himself as Robyn's committed partner, presenting their union as some sort of fairy tale. But actually, things are probably more complicated than that. He's said that he's not looking for new wives, not because he's content with Robyn, but simply because he doesn't want to have to deal with the headaches, questions, and struggles of dating someone new. Surprisingly, he even suggested that Robyn would be upset if he did introduce another wife. This throws a wrench into the idea that Robyn is his dream woman, or that he's truly satisfied with monogamy. Even stranger is how frequently Kody and Robyn seem to clash. You'd think, now that they finally have the relationship they pushed so hard for, alone together without interference from other wives, they'd be living happily ever after. But during the period before Garrison's unfortunate demise, they did not appear notably happy or together. Kody's outward distress over the breakup of Christine, Janelle, and Meri seemed like an act at times, maybe one he was using to maintain his image. For someone supposedly leading his dream life with Robyn, he hasn't appeared convincingly pleased. Kody has long positioned Robyn as the ultimate better half, but his in-show words indicate he might be reconsidering that story. On a show aired April 27th, Kody didn't express that he stayed away from new wives because he loved Robyn so much. He expressed that he didn't want the stress and work of introducing another woman into his life. That reservation points to greater discontent. And then there's Robyn's own quirky behavior, such as allegedly spending $70,000 on American Girl dolls and their specially made outfits. She has conversations with the dolls and provides them with idealized boyfriends, tiny replicas of the romantic hero that she might expect Kody to become. If she thinks of Kody as her real-life Disney prince, then it's not surprising he feels pressured to live up to a fantasy. That may be the reason for his showy gestures, like buying a David Yurman ring for Robyn to match his own or a $2.1 million house with her. The big gestures may be his going out of his way to live up to what he expects from her, even if they aren't genuine to who he really is. Actually, Kody may adore Robyn, but perhaps not as big and dramatic as he prefers to dramatize. Or maybe he is ideal for her, but just not the Prince Charming she desires him to be. Even Robyn has admitted Kody is hard to live with and sabotages their relationship at times. These cracks in their relationship reveal a much more realistic reality than the one that they present, one where they're not exactly in harmony, and Kody's love isn't exactly as benevolent as he wants audiences to think. Kody can love Robyn deeply without necessarily meeting every one of her needs. Individuals are multifaceted, and one should keep in mind that Kody might feel obligated to be the version of himself that Robyn desires. Some of his behaviors in their sister wives relationship may not entirely represent who he is. In the meantime, Janelle has been mourning the devastating loss of her son, and Christine has provided a poignant and unwavering response. Sister Wives recently provided fans with a personal insight into the emotional funeral of Garrison Brown following his tragic death. Garrison, the third youngest of Kody and Janelle's children, lost his long struggle with depression and anxiety, sadly taking his own life on March 5, 2024, at the tender age of just 25. In spite of the intricate dynamics within the family and the fractures produced by Kody's divorces from Meri, Janelle, and Christine, all of the Brown family gathered to celebrate the life of Garrison and bid him their last farewell. Among the countless moments teary-eyed and tearful, one stood out above the others: the strong connection between Christine and Janelle. Christine and Janelle were always close to each other, even before they left the plural marriage. Their friendship has only strengthened over the years, based on mutual respect and trust. This was aptly demonstrated when Christine stood silently beside Janelle as she grieved the death of her son. While Janelle crumbled, Christine's silent compassion was a poignant witness to her own emotional maturity and healing process. In Wyoming, prior to the funeral, the family came together. Christine and Janelle's families, some quietly enjoyed fishing to establish moments of normalcy with the sorrow. Christine's husband, David Woolley, was also present, offering his support to his wife during this difficult time. While their kids were occupied elsewhere, Janelle and Christine found a moment to talk about Garrison. It was during this conversation that Janelle completely broke down. Christine reflected in a confessional, "I've only seen Janelle cry a handful of times in the 30 years I've known her." Janelle shared how the waves of sadness come unexpectedly, and she never knows when they will hit. While Janelle was consumed with emotion during episode 25, Christine remained quietly by her side, providing space for her to experience her sorrow. She didn't jump in with hollow words or push a hug. She merely let Janelle weep and unload all she had pent up inside.